Yo, what up, y'all? Just a little quick update. I don't know if you guys heard, but we will be getting the 2024 Dodge Durango back, man. Yes, the SRT Hellcat Durango will make it return. Now, I would just like to say this, man. Make this make sense, right? So we get the Durango back, but we don't get, the Charger and Challenger back. We get the Charger EV. Like, that does not make any sense. Like, I'm so confused right now, man. Like, I don't understand how this Chrysler, I gotta blame Chrysler. I can't even blame Stellantis at this point. How did Chrysler stick their neck out for the Durango? And from what I'm hearing, the TRX as well, the Ram Hellcat, but not the Charger and Challenger. Well, I would like to say this. At least the Challenger Hellcat could have made one more year. The Charger, we could kind of understand that we're moving forward. We're going to the future, right? Not back to the future. We're going to the future. So I'm trying to figure this out right now. Why is it okay to bring the Durango back, but we don't at least get the Challenger Hellcat for at least one more year, or an announcement of a CUDA or a new Challenger? It just kind of frustrating at this point. Like, what are we doing? I am extremely confused with this. I don't like this call that Chrysler and Stellantis is doing. It's just like they're just, pushing Dodge around just because they can. And if you cannot manage Dodge right, why not just sell the performance brand off? Why not just let somebody else control them that can actually manage them? Like, if Chrysler can't do it, just have Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram, and team up with Alpha. You can have the Hornet. Why not just sell Dodge off to GM or Ford and let them do what they want to do? So, because Dodge is the performance brand, man. They like to get crazy with the horsepower. Chrysler obviously don't. Chrysler don't like to get crazy. Look at the 300. You know what I'm saying? They never even brought a Hellcat 300 back, but they want to bring out the 392. Make it make sense, man. It's not that I'm not happy to see the Durango back. I am extremely happy to see the Durango make its return for 2024. And supposedly the Ram Hellcat is supposed to be coming back as the TRX one more year before they completely supposedly go EV like they said they were already doing for last call, right? Is this for marketing? So they're not allowed to give us updates on what they're really doing. Like, why is everything always in the dark with Dodge? Like, we never know what's really going on. I don't know. Is it because you're competing with Ford and Chevy and GM and maybe even Cadillac? Well, I was always hoping Chrysler was going to compete with Cadillac, but they never really took it that extra mile to really go at Cadillac like that. I always felt like Chrysler was supposed to go at the CTS V, but they never really did it with the 300. We never got that, that Hellcat 300 that all the fans was begging for. It was like, where is the 300 Hellcat? And then you bring the 392 out, and it's just like a slap in the face. And now not only we get slapped in the face not getting a 300 Hellcat or a hood scoop or wide body or fenders, we don't even get a Charger or Challenger back one more year. We're not even special editions, not even like 300 of them. You know what I'm saying? They don't even got to make that many. We don't even get special edition. We don't even get Daytonas back. We don't even get a TA Challenger. We don't get the Black Ghost. We don't even get a lot of them. We don't even get like nothing. Everything is going away. Now we're stuck with EV, Chargers, and supposedly inline 6, Chargers are going to make its return. And I'll say that right there for another video. But this right here is extremely frustrating, and I don't know what Chrysler is doing. I don't know what Stellantis is doing. This is a complete slap to the face, man, to the fan base. And Mopar, I know they tried everything. Dodge, they did everything they can do from the early 2000s all the way to now. They kept the Charger and Challenger alive to now, and this has been a long this have been a long drive that they have been, going down, and it's finally about that, I guess, come to a dead end, man. I mean, we done had the Challenger and the Charger around a very long time. They did everything they can to refresh the Challenger and, and bring out all kind of special editions and everything. But now I guess we're to the end of the road. I don't know if they're gonna sell crate engines from here on out. I don't know if they're gonna sell from shells. I think you can go on Dodge and buy Challenger shells. I don't know about the Charger, but like the actual shell of the car, and you can build it yourself. I don't know. We don't know. I mean, everything is just in the dark, and I think that's a horrible part on Chrysler end with marketing. Like, I don't know if they're not allowed. I don't know if they're signing NDAs. I don't know if they're not allowed to say anything, but something is going on over there at Chrysler and Dodge that we don't got no inside on. It's like we're just left in the dark at this point. But I'm hearing they're making the Durango Hellcat return. Like, that is just, nobody else see a problem with that. For 2024, we will get the Dodge Durango Hellcat SRT back for one more year, far as noticed, and the Ram as well, from what I heard on articles. Now, some of you may say, well, that's a good thing, and others are going to be a little lost like I am and confused, and here's why. Okay, first of all, we're just going to go over the specs. We all know, pretty much Hellcat Durango equals power. American muscle truck. So, coming in with that 710 horsepower, a 6.2 liter supercharged V8. Now that's a lot of power. Can tow up to 8,700 pounds, man, with the 8-speed transmission, all-wheel drive, man. And this SUV, this beautiful monster, weighs in this is a lot, 5,700 pounds, man. So why are you upset? Why do you have a problem with this SUV making this return? It's a little confusing. I would definitely say that. I would definitely say to Stellantis and Chrysler, you dropped the ball on this one. Yeah, you did. Only the reason why I say you dropped the ball is because we don't get options. We're forced to not have American muscle cars, legendary classic muscle cars, return for one more year, right? But we get SUVs and pickups, Hellcats. We don't even get Trackhawks anymore. But we get the Durango and the TRX returning. Which is, it just don't make any sense to me. Like, I'm trying to figure out, what is Stellantis doing? What is Chrysler doing? Like because pretty much Dodge is the employees. They don't call the shots. They're not the big boss. They're not the CEO. They have to do what Chrysler and Stellantis tell them to do. When they're up there calling all these shots and making all these crazy, decisions. Do we go EV? Can we keep some V8s around, some Supercharger, Hellcats around other than the Durango and the Ram? They didn't even change up the 300. Yeah, the 392. It still looks basic. It still looks like a basic 300. It does not look any different. You couldn't even, if this car passes you by, you would definitely have to know Mopar products. You would definitely have to know Chrysler, C or Chrysler S versus the C, the new C, what they want to call it. Doesn't say 392, I don't think, anywhere on it. You just have to pop the hood and then, there's a 392 under there. There's no hood scoop. There's no wide body. There's no different fenders, no different lights, no different nothing. Just a plain basic 392. Now you would say, well, that ain't so bad, right? We all love 300s. It's a beautiful car, right? Yeah, I would agree. Beautiful, luxurious looking car, American, muscle luxury car, but here's the deal with that. We're not allowed to vote. We're not allowed to sign petitions on what cars should make their return, what cars should come back, what cars we should write off and we don't want or care about. That's the issue with me. I feel like we don't have no say so. We don't have no power. As the consumer, the customer, and the fans of Mopar products, we should have some type of say so, which is we don't have. We don't have, and probably not, from the way things looking, Chrysler have been dropping the ball a very long time. So I don't think we're ever going to get that opportunity to have votes come in by the millions and say, okay, what products would you like us to bring back? What cars or SUVs or trucks would you like to see make a return for the last call? We don't get that option. We don't get that option then. We don't get that option now, and we're definitely not gonna get the option going into the future, which is probably gonna be EV, hybrid. Hopefully e-fuel makes the market with hydrogen motors and stuff like that. Hopefully we get an artificial gas and we can some way get back to the Hemis, you know, the V8s, you know, the muscle cars that everybody so dearly loved, the legendary cars. It's pretty much just rolled off and going to the car graveyard, the junkyard, because obviously Chrysler and Stellantis don't care about us over here. You know, obviously we don't get to make any decisions, any choices. We just got to pretty much just take it. You know what I'm saying? And it's like if you say anything about it, or you're biased, you're hating, or you're this, you're that. You know, it's like you can't speak on it, you can't say nothing about it, and it's like you're not allowed to be upset about it. It's like, oh, we're moving towards the future. Just shut up and follow the leader. That's it. That's all we get from Stellantis and Chrysler. Dodge can't say nothing. Why? Because they're the employee. You have to listen to your boss, right? So Chrysler calling all the shots. You know, they're making these crazy deals. Now Dodge have did everything in their power. I get it. They did get Chrysler taxed the extra $400 million due to gas guzzling taxes and the regulators and all that across the map. We get it. They're charging top dollar for each Hellcat that is made. They're doubling the price on them. That's why they're so expensive. You know, that's why some of these dealers, from what I heard in these motor streets, they are getting sued for car markups now. They're not really supposed to be doing that, because what they're doing is they're marking the car up, and then I'm pretty sure they're pocketing the money. The dealer or the salesman, whoever makes that sale, that's who's pocketing that money, and they probably have to split it between the salesman and the dealer. So if you have a high demand car like a Hellcat, that's what's going to be going down out here. They're going to be overcharging, markups, left and right. Oh, it's the last call. Then, okay, now it's not the last call anymore. Now we're getting the Durangos back. You know, they just pulled a magic trick, a rabbit out the hat. Now, we thought for sure everything was going EV, from what I was told. You know, at the end of 2023, there's no more. Everything is EV. You don't get no more gasoline car. Everything is EV from here on out. That's the impression that they gave me like 2 years ago or a year ago. You know, because it was already written in stone that the Charger was coming out EV. So it led me to believe, okay, well, the Rams, the Jeeps, the Chryslers, you know, everything, you know, and then we get the Hornet, which is, I think, half hybrid, which is an inline 4s and inline 6s, which is completely confusing. Our Italian brothers over there with Alfa Romeo. Why don't we just go all Alfa Romeo? If that was the movement at first. They really wanted to do Alfa Romeo. They really wanted to make, I think, the Charger and Challenger more compacted. It'd be more like the Alfa, the Giulia or something like that. They wanted to be, I think, to make the Charger somewhat that size and the Challenger too. But they was like, nah, it's too small for Dodge. They need muscle cars. So what do we do? Here on out, do we just accept it, or do we get petitions out here? Do we get votes out here? What do we do? Are we going EV or not? Cause I'm feeling a lot like the rest of the fans out here. What are we doing? And I think I'm gonna leave it right there, guys. You guys already know what to do. Make sure you smash that like, that subscribe button, click that notification bell. Peace.